Back at the Sioux Falls Arena, home of the Summit League Basketball Championships. This year, just wrapping up, the Jackrabbits from South Dakota State win both the men's and the women's tournaments, and huge Jackrabbit support here at the Sioux Falls Arena. They did set a new all-time attendance record here in the 5th season now in Sioux Falls.
Amazing support for this tournament in the city of Sioux Falls, Tom, and especially for that women's championship game. Played on a Tuesday afternoon and over 6,000 fans here.
Better than 6 for that, better than 6,500 for the men's championship. And it was the Jackrabbits and the Bison in the men's final. South Dakota State gets the victory. Here's how they got it done.
Let's dance. SDSU trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for the 2nd straight season. Taylor Braun, though, of North Dakota State was outstanding, doing damage on the drive. NDSU up 7-3 early. Good game for Jordan Dykstra, though. 18 points, 7 rebounds. Just what the Jackrabbits needed to go along with a couple of other scores in this game for South Dakota State. Nate Walters was spectacular. That is a tough shot. Jacks on a 10-0 run to regain the lead. Braun would not let South Dakota State get away, though. Jacks would score. Braun would come right back at him. 3-point play to keep the Bison within 4. Jacks back up by 5. Braun back to the basket and 1. Cut the SDSU lead back to 2. Braun had 12 in the first half to keep the Bison close. Tony Fegan, though, made a bunch of jump shots for South Dakota State. He had 12 points. It's South Dakota State 29-25 at the half. 6,544 fans in the stands, that is, waiting for the lid to come off, and it almost did right here on the shot by Braden Carlson. SDSU in the lead by 10 at 39-29. Walters with the steal and the score. Jacks up by 11 with 12.5 minutes to play. But the Bison come storming back on threes by Mike Feld. He made 3 of them, gets NDSU within 2 with 7.5 minutes to play. But Walters comes right back with a huge 3, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists for Walters. Jacks up by 5. They win it 73-67, their 2nd straight tournament title.
I thought being in this last year, being in the championship game, I think was helpful to our players. Last year it felt a little overwhelming. And we were very tense and tight in the game, even though we were expected to win last year. I mean, there were some people saying that we weren't expected to win this year, and I don't, we don't listen to that stuff. We were the #1 seed, and the expectation was that we should win the game. And, our players have handled that all year.
All right, this game was very fun. Nate Walters, the tournament MVP, every time he would do something, Taylor Braun would come back and would not let the South Dakota State Jackrabbits get too far ahead in this game.
No, it was back and forth between the 2 star players from both of these teams, Tom. And the reigning Summit League Player of the Year, Nate Walters, now going on, going to graduate. Taylor Braun, you got to think, going to be the preseason Player of the Year coming into the Summit League for next year.
He was spectacular. Now, South Dakota State was a 14 seed in the NCAA tournament last year. What do you think about this year? Is that about as good as we can hope for there?
I think that would be a best case scenario. They're on that borderline 14-15 seed. They have a couple of really bad losses that have dinged them in the RPI, and so we'll see how the tournament selection committee looks at that.
They're feeling good right now. They think they can go win a game no matter who it is this year in the NCAA tournament. Well, the women's championship game was a matchup of South Dakota State, the 4-time defending champions, against the University of South Dakota, a team playing in its first ever Summit League tournament.
The Jackrabbits had beaten the Coyotes twice this season, once by 12, once by 8, and it was closer in this one. Gabby Bover, great tournament for South Dakota State, had 13 steals in the tournament, 7 of them in this ball game. And after an early Jackrabbit lead, the Coyotes took over, though. Tempest Wilson with 2 of her 10 had a great tournament with 39 points. Nicole Seecamp was great, though. 62 points in the 3 tournament games, had 17 in the first half of this one. And Seecamp and the Coyotes up by 4 at the half, 32-28, but the Jackrabbits come back. Bover going all Nate Walters on him with the off-balance 2. She had 9 to go with those 7 steals. Leah Dietl was solid, 8 points, 5 rebounds. SDSU would tie the game at 35. Yotes, though, go back on top. Polly Harrington backing in and scoring here. USD would hold the lead until 5.5 minutes to play. Ashley Eide made 1 3-pointer in the game, and it was huge to give the Jacks the lead at 50-48. It's SDSU up by 3 with 5 seconds left. Alexis Yaxley at the line, misses there. Yotes keep it alive. Back to Yackley for the tie. Couldn't get it down, though. South Dakota State wins it 56-53.
It doesn't feel like a fifth, really, so I don't know I'll have any good perspective on that if any of you are thinking of asking it. It feels like a great first-time experience when you go through it with different players and they have to be in different situations and make different plays. It feels like a brand new thing, so really a fun day. Really happy for the team.
Brad, the Jackrabbit women were a 13 seed in the tournament last year, had to go play Purdue on their home floor, but that's probably about where they're going to end up, is that 13 again this year.
That's what it's looking like, 13, 14 in that range. The one feather in their cap, though, is they have a nice win over the University of Nebraska on their home floor, South Dakota State. Nebraska, a top 20 team.
All right, talking to a lot of Jacks fans, they're going to get a lot of support no matter where they go on the road as the Jackrabbit men and women, the Summit League Basketball Championships. Back to that men's game. When we come back, we'll take a look at a late-night workout for Nate Walters, part of what makes him one of the best that's ever played in the Summit League.